What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I don't know if I can concretely say what the difference would be, but I wish, like, I wish I had, I wish when I was in college or in school, there's a bit more exposure to things. Like, I feel like I was kind of lost and nobody was around who could answer basic questions like, what are we doing here? Like, why is college set up this way, not that way? What are plausible career trajectories? Like, where do people go? Why do people do things the way they do? Like, what is research? What is, like, the kinds of like Paul Graham essays. Like, I wish they were around when we were in, I mean, I'm sure they were, it's just like nobody pointed that out. Yeah. So yeah, like if I had to point out like what way life was different, I wish like someone had like sat me down and pointed me to like just read, Paul Graham essays. Yeah.
Yeah. To get a head start on the building world models side of things.
Yeah.
What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I want to live farther out from the city. I really want to have land. I don't like cities, and I feel very strange about having neighbors that are like 2 yards on either side, which is really, I mean, that's a very common house setup, at least. I mean, maybe not in Ohio. I can think of places like Ohio, it's much, anyway. But having houses, neighborhoods that have houses that are just like a few yards from one another is quite common. And it never bothered me before, but recently I'm just thinking like, I can't believe I'm spending years living a couple yards from these people. That's a very strange thing. Like, we should either be friends or I should be having like land around me. So, at least I'm not intentionally being antisocial. So yeah, I've been looking a lot to try and find if I could somehow have a place where I can have just a bunch of land around me, and be a bit more out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
Well, I wish physical fitness would come as naturally to me as mental fitness. I wish going to the gym or working out would be as effortless and obvious as reading a good book.
Right. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
Well, I think that one thing that would be nice is to have all your close friends and family nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
if that would be one change that really will make a big difference in life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
could make that one happen, that would be amazing.
What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
Well, right now, if I could like hug more people. It's been a while. I mean, I live by myself in my apartment, and I'm an introvert, so I could go on like this with my library, my piano, and my dance mirrors for probably 20 years before I get bored. But it would be nice to see my friends like without masks and stuff.
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I'm pretty happy with my own life. I just wish there were ways in which other people's lives would be more different. So I don't really have anything to complain about. So I feel, as I said, I feel lucky, and to use this term that people use now, privileged.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have any issues for myself.
Yeah.
What I do feel is that I think the world is not in a very good place right now.
Yeah. Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I mean, it's quite good. So I'm not left wanting much, honestly, but it's sort of a, obviously I would love to work less and spend more time with my family, or, developing other parts of my life, or having more hobbies or whatever. But I am very satisfied with my life. I can't say that's really like a big issue. But definitely that is like, you do feel sort of that dilemma to some extent, that, there might be other things, like as you grow more confident also, like you're thinking, oh, I could just like learn about this new area, and maybe I could, especially as researchers, you could think, oh, maybe I could start doing research in that area. But I can't really do that right now because I'm committed to this and that. So yeah, there's always this thought of like, well, maybe like, I guess when I retire or something, you think about all the things that you could start doing that might be exciting. But it would make no sense for me to like retire now. So, so you just kind of think about it. So it's not like I would want that to change, but I am sort of, there's part of me that is looking forward to like seeing, okay, what other very different things could I see myself investing some time in, just like as a hobby or something like that.
Yeah, makes sense. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
One way it was different, I mean, at an individual level, I'm pretty content with my life, I have to say. Maybe that comes with like really rigorous prioritization, but I don't do a lot of things I don't want to do. And if I do, it doesn't last long. I redirect very quickly. And so there's a lot of things I wish was different sort of in the world. But within the realm of the things that I feel that I have some agency over, I think I make the choices that I do, and I'm I think I'm comfortable with the choices that I make.
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
Probably don't want to get too much into politics, but I guess I'd be thrilled if I had some trust in the federal government to see us past this pandemic and in the economic recovery that needs to happen, and continuing to make sound decisions informed by science and rational thinking. I think that would I'd sleep a lot better at night. And I know a lot of other people would suffer, far greater benefits than that.
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
Well, I probably wish I was closer with my kids. Not that I'm not close with them, but I just want to be closer. And that's something that's not set in stone, so it's just something I'm working on. I mean, like everyone, I want the pandemic to be over.
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I wish my muscles were stronger. I wish I didn't have the chronic upper back or neck pain issue that I have. So yeah, I wish I had taken care of it like when I was still in the school, and I had taken care of proper posture and things like that.
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I don't know. I don't know. I wish. So maybe I wish that I had traveled earlier in my life. There was reasons why I couldn't, just because of my job. My first international trip was literally in 2005 as an adult. And I don't count Canada and Mexico because growing up, you just drove, right? So you didn't even have to have a passport. And in fact, in 2005 was the first time I ever had a passport. And so, maybe just being able to explore the world a little more when I was a, younger teenager.
Yeah. In what way do you wish your life was different?
In what way do I wish I could dance. I really miss dancing. I wish I was playing more piano. Like I wish I was doing things. I also like learning languages and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like I'm not as good. I used to be better at making sure I carved out time for these things, regardless of how busy I was or whatever, I think sometimes it's artificial busyness, but I am not doing those things right now as much. And so I would like to do more of those things.
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I just wish I had more time, but I kind of just got myself into a lot of commitments and things. So like eventually I will, as they like expire, I plan to like go a little slower for a while.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main thing.
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
Oh, when I'm, having these professional battles, right? I never wish I want to be a man. That would be terrible. But I wish I was given the same privileges, the same, right, like kind of opportunities and the same kind of first impressions that I know many of the men make, and they've, many times I've stood right beside me, especially earlier in my career, right, and they've gone on making their pitches and that having been received and all the attention being there, and so me not even kind of getting that chance to have my word in. I've been in those situations, so seeing the debate yesterday between Kamala Harris and our VP, I could connect a lot to that it's so hard for us to even get a foot inside the door, be given that opportunity, because a lot of this is based on potential, right? I mean, if you've already achieved everything, you must be like 60 or 70 years old, right? I mean, that's a different stage of life. So much, right, in early stages of career is about somebody believing in you. And thankfully, I've had amazing mentors and people who've given me those opportunities. But there's so many more who haven't, right? And people don't see that in the public eye. They don't see all the negative feedback I've received and all the opportunities I haven't gotten, the rejections I've gotten. There's so much more than the ones I have where I've been accepted. So I really wish that there was less of that, because then I could be more open and more kind of confident rather than worrying, oh, will this be another rejection?
Yeah. What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I don't. I try really to accept where I am now, and I don't have a, there are lots of places where I could have done better, and there are lots of places where I could be doing better, but I don't wish for something different.
What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
I don't know. I like my life as it is. I kind of wish if I could go back, I would have taken a different set of classes in some cases, or things like that. I wish I knew more about genetics, for example, because when I was in school, there wasn't as much information about genomes and genetic sequencing, all this kind of stuff. And I sort of dabbled and read, skimmed textbooks and other kinds of books on the side, but it's not quite the same as having a sort of deep educational background in it. And I think, that kind of thing is pretty interesting.
What is one way in which you wish your life was different?
Probably not. I think in which the life was different. I'm pretty happy with the current lifestyle, and I don't think I wish for any other types of lives. I feel that kind of being in the in this particular field, that's a good decision for me, and the specific profession, like for example in academia, is I really enjoy the freedom and kind of working with students. These aspects I really enjoy that. I probably wouldn't think others.
Yeah.